For 1/3 of your life, you disappear. Your eyes close, your body falls asleep, and your mind travels into a world where the rules of physics dissolve. A world where you can fly, fall, die, wake up, love, drown, and none of it leaves a mark on your skin, but all of it leaves a mark on your brain. What if I told you? Tonight, we entered the science and the secrets of lucid dreaming. People sleep through 30% of their lives. 25 years spent unconscious. Or at least that's what we were told. But the truth is far stranger. Because hidden inside sleep are doorways, brief moments when the brain wakes up inside the dream. And some people can step through those doors whenever they want. This is science. The evidence, the systems inside your brain that create lucidity. This is a strange story of a person who learned to control the dream, only to find that the dream is controlling them back. Before we go deeper, let me introduce you to someone. Let's call her the dreamer. She volunteered for a sleep study after claiming she could control every dream she had. She said she could fly, teleport, change scenes at will. She said nothing surprised her anymore. Until the night the researchers connected her to the sensors and discovered something impossible. But we will return to the dreamer later. To understand what happened to her, you need to understand your brain at night. Sleep, after all, is our most intimate companion. We return to it night after night, pulled by some ancient instinct as the earth pulls tides. It is a sacred rhythm etched into the biology of every living thing, as fundamental as breath, as vital as the heartbeat. Yet, we so often slip into it carelessly, as if turning off a light. We forget that sleep is not one long descent. It is a cycle, repeating 4 to 6 times every night, and each cycle has stages. Stage 1, light sleep, the border. Thoughts dissolve, muscles release. This is where hypnagogic imagery appears. You can see dream images, faces, flashes, places you've never been. Stage 2, deeper sleep. Your heartbeat slows. Your brain disconnects from the outside world. You've left waking reality. Stage 3, deepest sleep or slow wave sleep. The body repairs, growth hormones surge. Dreams here are foggy, primitive, survival-based. And then REM, or rapid eye movement, the place where reality bends. Your brain becomes more active than when you're awake. Your eyes move behind your eyelids as if you're watching a movie, because you are. This is the stage where lucid dreams are born. In a normal dream, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic and self-awareness, is asleep. But in a lucid dream, it wakes up. This tiny spark of consciousness turns the dream into a playground where you can think, choose, question, and act. Brain scans show something stunning. Lucid dreamers have heightened gamma waves, the same waves associated with problem solving, creativity, and deep meditation. Your mind becomes the writer, the actor, the director, and the audience, all at the same time. Now, back to the dreamer. Researchers monitored her REM stage, expecting to see patterns of lucidity. They saw something else. Even during REM, her prefrontal cortex was not just activated, it was lit up like she was solving math equations. She wasn't dreaming, she was operating the dream. But then something happened that none of the scientists had predicted. Inside her lucid dream, something questioned her back. She reported it the next morning. Her voice was shaking. I tried to control the scene, she said, but the dream refused to change. At this point, you might ask, what exactly are the characters inside your dreams? Science has two theories. Theory 1, simulation. Your brain creates them automatically, fragments of memory, imagination, fears, and desires. Theory 2, the other mind theory. Dream characters are generated by parts of your subconscious that you don't have access to when you're awake. In other words, you talk to yourself, but not the you think you are. This theory explains why some dream characters say things you don't expect, do things you don't want, or reveal knowledge you didn't realize you had. It also explains what happened to the dreamer. She described the moment clearly. I tried to fly, she said, but gravity pulled me back. I tried to change the room, but it stayed the same. It stayed the same. And then a voice asked me, why are you here? The researchers assumed it was fear or a nightmare response, but her brain activity told a different story. Her subconscious was resisting her, not in a threatening way, but in a structured, almost intelligent way, as if it wasn't ready to give her full control. When you push too hard inside a lucid dream, your brain protects itself. Your subconscious maintains the environment to prevent emotional overload. Think of it like a safety filter, a dream firewall. If your emotions spike too fast, excitement, fear, confusion, your brain stabilizes the world to keep you from waking up, too quickly. This is why some lucid dreams feel like the world is solid, resistant, or even conscious. The dreamer wasn't encountering a monster, a demon, or an entity. She was encountering herself, the part of her that keeps the dream stable, so consciousness doesn't burn too bright. The next night, she returned for another test. This time she didn't try to control the dream. She simply observed. And then, something extraordinary happened. The dream world responded, as if it had been waiting. Walls dissolved, gravity loosened, scenes shifted with a single thought. She was not forcing the dream anymore. She was collaborating with it. And that's when she understood. Lucidity isn't domination. It's communication. A dialogue between the waking mind and the dreaming mind. This was the breakthrough, not just for the dreamer, but for science. You spend 1/3 of your life in this hidden world, a world shaped by emotion, memory, imagination, and desire. A world that responds to you when you learn to listen. Lucid dreaming is not escaping reality. It is exploring the deepest architecture of your own mind. And every night, whether you remember it or not, you cross the border into that universe. Tonight, you may step through consciously. The dream is waiting, and so are you. The dream is waiting, and so are you. The dream is waiting, and so are you. Every night, your body shuts down, but your mind does not. It builds worlds, stories, entire realities. Most people pass through these worlds unconsciously. They wake up and forget. But some people notice. They feel the moment something changes. They question it. They become aware. This moment is not rare. It happens every night. What's rare is remembering it. Lucid dreaming isn't about escaping reality. It's about realizing you were conscious there all along. Tonight, when you fall asleep, notice the moment your thoughts begin to change. That's the doorway